kembali kita kepada episod seterusnya untuk Kena Kupas Podcast. Alright. Kita punya title pada hari ini ialah Standing the Test of Time. Apa VFX sebenarnya? Dan siapa juga yang sebenarnya berada di belakang? Antaranya hari ini kita dah pick satu CEO yang sebenarnya bekerja sangat-sangat humble, sangat-sangat diam di belakang takbir sahaja, tetapi telah memikirkan macam-macam commercial, macam-macam filem menggunakan VFX. Siapa dia? Kita ada tetamu kita pada hari ini ialah Yasmin Suleiman, CEO kepada VFX Studio Voxel. Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
thank you for making time today.
Okay.
Pada hari ini, I dah cakap tadi, kita nak kena kupas. Okay, kepada cerita-cerita apa itu VFX, okay, dan macam mana VFX itu evolve, ya. Lepas tu juga I nak tanya pasal you juga, kan, sebab cerita-cerita pasal diri you pun menarik sebenarnya, yang ramai audience tidak tahu. Okay, we will start with you sebenarnya dulu producing. Okay, producing untuk just the VFX only lah, right?
Yeah.
The effects only, kan. Kemudian, you dah sekarang ni leading a studio. Okay, mengendalikan studio, mengendalikan bisnes itu sendiri, kan. So, what is the difference between these two?
Sebenarnya, kita tak bermula dengan VFX. So, dalam 18-20 tahun lalu, kami nak buat animation, tak jadi. Somehow, kita buat commercial videos, music videos, macam-macam lah, apa-apa yang kreatif. Masa tahun 90-an saya ada graphic design studio.
Okay.
Saya graphic designer sebenarnya.
Oh, you started from...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a graphic designer by training, and then 8 tahun I ran a graphic design studio. Lepas tu saya punya suami posted di Japan 5 tahun. Masa tu saya pun cuti lah.
Cuti for 5 years.
Cuti 5 years. Focus on family. Masa balik 2005 started business with my 2 brothers. Okay. Masa tu kita macam-macam, apa-apa yang kreatif kita buat lah. Anything to do with videos, commercials, whatever it is. And VFX wasn't a thing at the time. We just...
What year was that?
2007.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got our first VFX gig. It was a film. Okay, it was a film at the time. Masa tu VFX wasn't a thing, not really. It was post houses. Kind of what all the CGI. It wasn't a specialized thing, right? So we were learning along the way. And yang membantu kita sebenarnya, Finas ada this program Dana CGI untuk producers. Yeah. So masa tu producer pun ada budget nak buat visual effects, kesan khas. Companies macam kita benefit. Kita dapat budget tu dan kita buat the CGI and VFX for the films. So that made us grow, actually help. It really helped us grow because there was a budget for producers to do VFX. Okay, we started with Nasi Lemak 2.0. That was one of our first ones, actually. Very tiny budget. They came to us and say, we have this film. This is only the how much it costs. Do you want to do it? Masa tu kita belum buat lagi, untuk dulu video saja kita buat, not for film. So I said yes.
Okay.
We didn't know how to do it, but we said yes. Went back to the office, and I said, my partners, we got a film gig, we got this. Let's do this. Okay, research how to do and trial and error, and did it. And even the producers were new at the time, so we all did it together. They're very collaborative, very understanding of the challenges, how to do this. So we worked together, and that was the first one. It was really experimental, but we did it. And then that film was successful.
Yes, it's very successful. Okay?
It was very successful. And then the second film came. It really helped us too, right? That was I believe it was Kara King, and then Hantu Gangster.
Hantu gangster pun.
Yeah, Hantu Gangster, Kara King. These are the films that really supported our growth, actually.
Itu cerita
Right?
tu semua dah lama kan?
Lama sangat, yeah.
Okay, which
lama.
part dekat nasi lemak 2.0 tu yang you sebenarnya masuk you punya power tu?
Dia ada di melayang daripada bumi all the way to space, and then dia buang fruits, buah-buahan, um, and then benda-benda yang production tak dapat nak buat. Basically dia masa tu dia slice timun melayang dalam indik udara kan, benda macam tu tak boleh buat. Okay lah, kita tengok sekarang ni pun like okay, wasn't that great actually. It's okay,
Tapi,
you know.
Tapi time tu tak ada
Yeah.
siapa pun complain kan?
Tak
Because
ada,
was
it's
it
okay.
because it's new?
It was new. It was okay. It was a comedy. So
Okay.
I think comedies people are more forgiving, right? It was a fun film as well. Didn't take itself seriously. So if it's realistic historical film, then yeah, VFX has got to be really really good, right? Macam ni kalau seronok tu, okay, we can. It's okay, right? Because the budget was so tiny at the time, so tiny. We just said yes. So it's almost like, yeah.
So for 5 years you've been in Japan. Lepas tu balik-balik terus ada film.
No. Kita masa tu buat videos, kita buat corporate videos.
Okay.
So this VFX started corporate video. Ada satu tu, dia kata kita nak buat corporate video kita untuk travelling. Nak pergi different places, tapi we cannot travel. You must look like we're travelling.
Wow.
So we had to VFX beach, VFX plane landing, how a few things. We had to, it's digital effects lah, basically removal, adding, make the sky beautiful. You know, PD was water was brown, you had to make it blue. You know, at that time, those are the things that we had to do, which pretty much is what we call VFX today.
Okay,
right?
so Voxel Studio dah buat corporate video, film juga masa awal-awal dulu kan. What are the commercials that uses VFX?
Actually, to stand corrected is we don't do that many commercials. We mostly do TV and film.
Right.
You know, the long form stuff, right? And then called commercials pun, it's not the commercial itself. We do effects for production houses. Right, they come to us and they need something replaced or a packaging in the picture. They need something adjusted, things like that. Right, so those are, we work with production houses actually.
So in your long list ya, okay, movie apa lagi yang you dah pernah buat? Lepas tu dan yang mana satu yang paling susah sangat?
Oh wow.
Ya dengan kita ya.
Ya, nak kata tak ada yang senang.
Tak ada, semua susah lah ya. Because
Dalam satu movie tu, dia bukan movie tu yang susah. Effects tu. Ada yang senang, ada yang susah. Kan, some effects tu, kadang-kadang benda yang susah tu adalah benda yang orang kata invisible effects, tak nampak pun. You don't realise it, that things were taken away, they were added in, kan. Ada satu tu yang we really enjoyed working with Melissa Saila. She was doing Saloma, and that was historical. It was a period, kan, zaman-zaman dulu. So banyak-banyak benda yang kita kena keluarkan, masukkan oleh kerana the environment semua ada benda-benda modern kan. So kita kena keluarkan benda macam tu. So benda VFX itu bukan explosion, it's not obvious kan. So
okay. So I nak tanya, kalau kata macam cerita Saloma you cakap tadi. So Saloma tu kalau I lah the audience dengar VFX, meaning api yang kecil diapi-apikan. Adakah itu sebenarnya the works for VFX?
Yeah.
Or is it macam you cakap tadi nak kena clean up kan?
Yes.
Apa sebenarnya VFX?
Yeah, so it's not necessarily all the things we see, monsters, fire, explosion. It's not just that. A lot of dramas, banyak drama. Just because dia drama, tak semestinya tak ada VFX.
Okay.
Kan? VFX ni dia membantu producer. Contoh, kalau shooting kat luar, jalan raya, traffic, kena ada apa tu, control, police, timing, the sun kan naik turun, it changes, so hujan, so weather. So what we can do is you can do it at another location, even in the studio, and you need VFX lah. So you need VFX. You will add in your backgrounds. You have to add in certain environments. But what that does is you have control. You have to control. You have all day. You don't have to worry about the sun. You don't have to worry about weather. You don't have to worry about uh, control, police, whatever, crowds, right? So that's the advantage of doing VFX in dramas, for example, right?
Okay.
So there's a good example in Ugly Betty, in fact.
Okay.
If you see the breakdown on you can find it on YouTube, that um, Ugly Betty, what is that? There's no explosions, no monsters, no
Yes,
effects.
yes.
They use so much VFX because they don't want to shoot in streets of New York or whatever, wherever they are, because of the cost and the time and the control that they have to do, right? So they use actually VFX very heavily, and for that purpose, it becomes an aid, membantu the production. Cost is still there. So the mistake is people think, oh, VFX means I can get it cheaper. Not necessarily. Yes, sometimes can. Like if you have to crash a car, you can only crash it one time.
Yeah.
So in VFX, you're digital. So you can do it as many times, right? But it's still expensive. Of course, crashing a car is expensive, but in VFX, you just have more control.
And making it more scene lah.
Yeah, more scenes over and over again, right? So that is the advantage of VFX, right?
What's the difference between VFX and CGI?
Okay, they're interchangeable. VFX, visual effects.
Yeah.
Visual. That's special effects, which is practical, actual explosions, pyrotechnics, in film productions. So that's special effects. VFX, visual effects, is the general, all-encompassing everything. CGI means computer graphics imaging. So it can be used, same thing. Computer graphics is 3D. You build a 3D car, you build a 3D bear, or you build kita bina rumah or in 3D. So that's computer graphics, CGI. So it's interchangeable. People use both terms, but VFX is more broad. Semuanya.
So Studio Voxel, sorry. Kan Studio Voxel memang ada buat VFX, memang ada buat CGI dan AI.
Dah bermula kita sudah dah mula buat AI secara membantu kita punya pipeline, dan sangat-sangat membantu. We're very good in AI.
Kenapa ada pause macam tu?
Yeah, because AI is dua benda ya. AI is ever evolving. Apa yang kita buat hari ni, bulan depan dah tukar. Apa dia punya teknologi, teknologi dia sangat-sangat rapid. It changes, so we have to keep up. What we do, AI, secara yang apa yang kita buat dalam kita punya visual effects pipeline tu, kita guna secara membantu nak bagi cepatkan, memurahkan the certain things, right? Contoh kita dalam 3D tu ada nak buat katalah whirlwind lah kata. Ada kita buat a whirlwind that we have to do that needs a smoke, asap. So secara CGI, simulations ni mahal dan ambil masa, budget tak ada, banyak ni je budget, so kita tak dapat nak buat secara yang betul-betul lawa, so AI dapat membantu. AI is cheaper and faster.
Okay.
So that is advantages for the producer and for us. But it's not 100%. Kita buat tu, kita kena tambah juga, bagi lawa lagi, kita tambahkan, it's part of the pipeline, bukan 100%. Dia kita tak guna, maknanya semuanya tu AI. Yeah.
Every all this we call it technology. Kan?
Hmm.
Okay, every this technology ni memang ada specialist yang you akan hire untuk buat.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I nak tanya satu soalan lah.
Hmm.
Yang ini sekarang ni kan sebab ada recent movie yang orang kata sangat-sangat dikecam. Okay, sangat-sangat dikecam from the movie critics, from the audience, from the netizens about the usage of the CGI, the usage of AI. So do you think that the responsibility, I nak tanya, the responsibility of using all this technology ni sebenarnya is put on to the producer ke ataupun pengarah dia ke ataupun sebenarnya apa lagi pun sebenarnya limitation of budget ke, kenapa satu movie tu dikecam sangat-sangat dan I tak faham kenapa movie tu dikecam dan kenapa ada orang allow it to to be on the screen.
On the screen, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kalau kau dah tahu benda tu macam tak okey, takkanlah kita ada mata kan. So kenapa? So daripada CEO sendiri macam mana?
Yeah. So kita kalau fikir ya, I mean sekarang ni AI dikecam kita buat. Dari dulu kerja-kerja kalau CGI atau VFX tu tak elok, orang komplain juga.
Betul.
Ya, kecam tu tak baru. Dulu pun kena kecam juga.
Betul.
Kan?
Okay.
Sama. Kalau kerja tu cantik, you get praise.
Yes.
Okay, well done, really nice. Kalau tak lawa, kena. I mean, that's market forces. Kan? The market is not kind, right? The audience. Dia tengok lawa ke tak lawa? Cantik ke tak cantik? So kita dari segi yang membuatnya, kita buat sebanyak mana yang kita punya effort kita boleh buat, kita buat. With the limitations of time and budget and resources kita buat. Yes, sometimes the CG is good, sometimes it's not. Now, sometimes the AI is good, sometimes it's not. So same. It will be the same. And my view is this: siapa yang menggunanya, they're the early adopters. They will get hit first. They will get hit. The people complain, apa ni? Dulu orang sangat takut pasal AI. They lose jobs, you lose, replace. All these issues will come out, kan? So I predict eventually it will regularize. AI will be part of whatever we do. We cannot run away from it, right? If you don't use it, kalau kita tak guna, kita yang akan lose out.
Rugilah kan?
Rugi. Tapi it's upskilling. Siapa yang membuatnya, orang tu masih kena buat. Our artists are still there, same artist. Tukar sikit cara dia bekerja. Ya, ada yang suka, ada yang okay, kena belajar. Tak ada, nobody complain like, hey, actually they said, this is making my job easier. I can do more, right? I can produce more things, right? And eventually, of course, with that, kita guna AI membantu penggambaran. Kita punya gambar, value kerja tu lebih, and we can manage the budget. So anyway, coming back to the film Tanpa Orang Complain, yalah, some they complain, tak tahulah kalau cerita dia ke gambar ke, itu risiko setiap producer kan, semua risiko. So dia, I'd say I call it berjuang.
Berjuang ya.
First line out, they're brave to do it. I salute them to do that. Okay? And then next one will just be better. Kalau yang tu tak elok, okay, what's the next one kita buat? Kita buat lebih baik. Right? So it is a risk. You get risk for orang complain, gambar tak lawa. Ada yang suka. The thing is, sometimes orang yang suka ni, dia tak cakap. Yang bisingnya orang yang tak suka.
Ya, betul.
Okay? They speak louder than anybody else. But that's okay. Kita buat entertainment, we have to
expect that already, right?
Expect the haters and the lovers, right? We have to expect it. So, I suppose I'd say kita learn from that. See what is it that they hated so much. Try to
not to do it again.
Or do it better.
Do it better.
Right? And history. It becomes history. It becomes a lesson for other people. So, they're call it the frontline people who get shot first.
I like this CEO. Antara Zubir lah.
So now I look at that. Like I said, I really salute that, and I really appreciate that move. We do, and it's hard for us. We're creators to be to put audience hat. It's a bit difficult also sometimes because you tend to go. I think dia macam tu pasal tak cukup masa, tak cukup duit. You start to give excuses about that. We understand it, right? But for the audience, they watch it like I paid ticket money,
Yeah.
and then I'm not happy with it. That's it. Simple. I just don't like it.
Just a no
I
je
tell
dia.
my friends, right? So it's good or it's not good. So that one is, I think that's not CGI or AI alone. It's in a film. It's more than that. Okay,
Yes.
don't blame that only. Okay.
Wah. Dengar tu. Okay, alright. I nak tanya lah. Okay. Studio Voxel ni is one of the pioneering studio yang buat all these effects semua kan. Cabaran-cabaran you tu, tadi kita dah cerita pasal satu kan, cabaran netizen kan. Tapi sebenarnya cabaran-cabaran yang lain tu sebenarnya apa lagi? Apa yang ada lagi dalam sebenarnya dalam industri?
Yeah.
Especially dalam movie.
Yeah. It's always the matching up ambition and cost. Right? Apa yang what they want versus the cost.
Okay, Cok. So maksudnya daripada apa yang dia nak, vision of the director dengan duit.
Yeah.
Maksudnya yang itulah.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us.
So that's always, I think we're not the only ones. Anywhere in the globe is the same. Right? It's just scale. Malaysian market, the films are only, the budgets are only so much. And rightly so. Tak boleh banyak pun, kan? Because the returns are only so much. But it's always what they want for the film and what we can deliver for what is the cost for it, right? It's that balance. And I mean, it seems that VFX is such a difficult business because the work to do, the skill set is so high, right? You need to be really skilled to do VFX, not just siapa-siapa je kena buat. And there are lack of higher level VFX practitioners, not enough VFX supervisors, the technical directors, the higher level staff. The entry level ramai. So many students come up, churn out. CGI animators, colleges just come up with it. So many of them, but there's not enough senior compositors, senior 3D artists, really senior level. And kalau ada pun, I think they brain drain, they go out because they're not paid enough here. We don't earn. It's just not enough, right? It's not worth the time to stick around. And I think the talent will leave the country for to be paid in US dollar, right? So there's that slight imbalance there somehow. This is where AI akan bantu that balance. I believe that that can help.
How do you actually empower your they are called designers? They are called
Artists. We call them
Okay.
artists.
So how do you empower them? How do you actually make them become a senior and experienced for Studio Voxel?
Well, that's a good question. It's we really do everything as by doing actually executing. So whatever works that come in, we figure out what is it that needs to be done. And this is where the senior, the supervisor, in this case, it's my own partner. He's the one behind all the creative and technology of putting it together, decides how to execute. And we have our 3D or compositors and all the different departments to come in and do it. So some things are normal. I mean, the usual, whatever it is that we do. Some effects are unusual. So we have to really think about different solutions that is complex. So that part is the head and the brain behind solutions to. That's the one that is difficult to find that talent
Okay.
actually, and yeah, we'll need more of those
But
kind of
is there
talent.
any kind of trainings that you can send these people to brush up their skills?
There, well, there are online, like world class online. What I would like is actually there are world class online VFX courses.
Mm.
They are actually, um, and they I feel like, okay, this one might shake up the tree a little bit.
Oh, I like
Um,
it.
that actually, um, these things can be learned by searching yourself, discovering it, and testing yourself. And with you look for courses, very specialized courses. Okay, they're the overseas. You can find them. There's one that's coming out of Indonesia actually, and that's been they built something from the UK and Indonesia. Okay, this one's a bit of a sell for them. I might as well mention it. They're called Cave Academy, and
Wow.
they're great because they really curate and pick the courses right on skill set, exactly what an artist would need. Right, so there are many of these kind of courses ada. Meaning that why I say this is shake it up bit, because then you don't need to go to university to do this. You know, I'm
Uh-oh.
not saying don't go,
Yeah.
go, go, but at the end of the day, the skill set is one module that you study for, say, 6 months.
Mm.
Okay, practice it. Maybe there's another module would take you, I don't know, 3 or 4 months or 6 months, and that's it. From there, you start doing it. Okay, you don't need a 4-year degree. You don't need a
Ouch.
3-year degree. No, that's the own person. He
Yeah.
wants to be overall. You want to study other things besides, communications or liberal arts or whatever. Absolutely, I'm not saying don't go to university. Go to do what you need to learn. I mean, I did myself. Okay, so did my own children. So encouraged it. But I'm saying for those, let's say, yang tak mampu, katalah, or don't have the time and say, look, I need to be skilled in a year. Right? I don't have 4 years to do this. So those are the courses that they look for. Go for those. Yes. So to answer your question, the to do it is to learn under somebody with a studio plus your own self learning. There's I call it Google University. It's all online.
It's Google.
It's all there. It really is all there. It's up to the person how they find these things. Courses, YouTube, it's all there, right? It's just that it's not curated. It's not exactly, you can cari sendiri where to find it. So a lot of artists, our artists are self-learned. Actually, a lot of them became very good by just doing. Right? A lot of them are not degree holders. They learned how to do it on their own and just became really good at what they do.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Check it out ya. Nanti dekat dalam University of Google. Okay. Alright. I nak tanya satu lagi. Okay. I kalau tengok movie kan, the Hollywood movie especially kalau dia punya kredit tu, okay, kalau dekat effect tu VFX tu kan, ui banyaknya from Philippines, from India, from ni. Tetapi di Malaysia dia hanya satu saja. VFX satu saja. Ada lepas tu dah terus dah. Wardrobe. Lepas tu dah habis dah. Okay, so what is the best practice sebenarnya? Okay, kalau kata kita tengok Hollywood punya filem tu kan, dia bikin filem lepas tu and then semuanya cantik. Oh, tak caca marba. The CGI lah, okay. Tapi di Malaysia ni hanya satu saja. Okay, is that a good practice sebenarnya or is it sebenarnya ada limitation? I tahu pasal limitation budget tu semua.
Yeah.
Tetapi I pernah dengar juga kata sebenarnya orang ini buat api, dia fokus api. Orang ini dia padam wire, dia padam wire saja. Ini vendor lain, vendor buat ini saja fokusnya. I nak dengar daripada CEO.
So depends on the kind of effects. So again, I come down to budget. Say if it's a TV show, it doesn't have to be so high level. And memang ada VFX artists. They are generalists. They can handle the fire. They can handle the almost everything. Maybe just one other artist in 3D. The other one is in the compositing and they can handle it. It's possible. It's very possible to take them longer, probably because satu orang, all right? And for the producer, they only have so much money. Let's say, just for this conversation, my budget is 10,000 ringgit. And I have 5 episodes. You have to do all the effects in all episodes. That's 50 minutes long. So obviously a studio can't do that. But that is a producer's limitation lah. That's all they got to spend. So it's a choice. It's not a practice so much. It's a choice. So they will look for one VFX artist yang very generalist, dia boleh buat. Memang ada. There are these people. And if you're an independent, you're a freelancer, and then you work in your bedroom with a computer in your singlet, so yes, they can do it for 10,000, But for a studio, they have to keep the lights on with all the other costs. Because VFX is also not just VFX. It's not just the artist. Half of it is coordination and producing. People don't realize this. Like, okay, VFX, tengok ada api, ada removal, letak bangunan lah and all that, right? All the effects that we have to do. Half of that job is possible because of coordination and the producing part. There are a lot of managers to manage the files, to manage the client, to manage the reviews. Take a look within the artist department itself, or the shots are moving. The shots is meaning that the single frame yang buat tu, right? So if there are, say, 10 artists, you will need about 4 or 5, at least 4 coordinators and managers behind this. Right? Because if you think you can run VFX house and hire artists, it's not going to happen. You need coordinators, you need VFX editors, you need somebody to data. You have to juggle the data, you have to move the data in and out, all these little things. So it's not artists alone. Yeah. So people think, why is it so expensive? Yeah, it's not just the effects, it's software, it's effects, it's people, resources, and management as well. Yeah, macam film lah. In the film, you got your actors, you got all the crew and all that. But without the PMs, without the ADs,
tak boleh lah juga.
No way. These are the managers, right? So these are the unsung heroes lah. Nobody knows about them.
Ramai yang takkan tahu siapa mereka ini kan.
So memang. So coming back to satu orang atau 2 orang itu ialah depends on the limitation. But kebanyakan filem production Malaysia 1 or 2 studios saja yang dia boleh mampu to do it, right? Sebenarnya bagus guna multiple studio. It's a good thing.
Why?
Because then they specialize in doing different things. One could be doing, say, just the simulations of water effects, let's say. They focus on that. The other one will do removals, right? And another one will just do a creature 3D, as an example. So they all do it at the same time, right? Of course, one studio, if they can handle all, good, possible. But 3 different studios, the speed is just higher. It may cost a little bit more, but it's faster, right? I mean, Hollywood does it all the time. They have multiple, 5.
How do you control, if you have a few of vendors, different studios, and how do you control having it seamless, having it coordinated very well? How?
So that is having a VFX supervisor and a VFX producer.
Oh, these are the unsung heroes.
Yeah. So thing in Malaysia, we don't practice this. That actually the VFX supervisor and producer is independent. They work for the film producer. They represent the film producer, and then they work with the studios. So it's neutral, right? It's whatever they want. But in our case, we're the studio, we're the supervisors as well, right? Because it's just one studio. Yeah. If you have more than one studio, then you will need somebody to, like a project manager. Kan? In construction, you have project manager with different contractors and all that. So it's the same thing.
Okay. So sebenarnya is doable if you have the budget, right? If doable if you have
Well,
budget.
everything's doable. I mean, budget it's good to have good budgets. Then you have great picture, do it faster, right? Depending on what the effects is. If there's no budget, if you need it, you still can. That's where you go, okay, freelancer artist, come and help me, right?
Mm.
It can be done as well, right? So there are different challenges
So
for that.
if one producer will come to you and then say, I have only this much of budget, but I want a wow thing, but you please help me. Would you still help ke ataupun how do you actually manage this kind of
Yeah,
situations? Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
because you've been in the industry for so long.
we
I'm
have.
sure there will be these
It
situations.
does. It does happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just we lose jobs too. We lose jobs because we just can't do it. Not for that budget. It's not possible, right? We'll bid and we'll quote. That's what we can do. And
Mm.
then no, that's all. That's all the money we have. I'm sorry, we can't do it. So we try because we can't work under as well, right?
Yeah.
Because the margins are so thin actually, right? For doing these things. So sometimes we are always not able to do it. I mean, not always. It does happen. Sometimes, if we have the resource and we have the time, then we'll go. Okay, fine. We'll do this like favor kind of thing. That happens also,
Mhm.
right? Also, we'll try to do that. Yeah. I mean, it's a bit of a, I won't say free lah, but like cheaper to do. We'll try from relationships dalam
Okay.
mengenal.
Uh-uh.
We know them. They supported us before, that sort of thing. Yeah. But actually, those things creep in the production itself. In the production itself, dah ada budget, dah masuk. Kita plan. We always encourage producers come to us at script level. We talk to them as a
Script
script.
level.
Yeah, so we can start to break down the script, discuss. You don't have to do everything. In fact, sometimes we look at it. They say we want this certain kind of effects. I said, you know what? You don't need it. Get art department to do it.
Okay, you advise them.
Right? Yeah. So not everything we will take is better that we work with art department to do it. Not always it needs to be digital or pyrotechnics or whatever, right? And yeah, so to work early and plan as much as possible. And then we go into production. Also, there things will happen. We don't. Not everything is perfect.
Mm.
20% of the time, some things will not come out as planned, and then it hits us at post. Okay, it will happen sometimes. Unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
It's unexpected, right? We can't plan everything. Things get in the picture, lah, lights, the production, and then suddenly crew punya reflection is in there,
Ada.
So all those things come up, and then as we see the picture, director goes, ni tak konti, boleh add tak, boleh add, certain things, right? So that happens. Itu pun naik. Yeah. So we call it scope creep. It's a word, scope creep.
Scope
It creeps up. Yeah, it creeps up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I nak tanya, okay. So tadi when you mention, okay, your involvement, the involvement of your team should be starting from the writing of the scripts macam tu kan? Tapi ada tak pernah situation where benda dah siap semua then dia orang bagi dekat you?
Ada.
Macam tu
Ada.
payah tak nak kerja balik?
Payah. Very payah. I mean,
Yeah.
if dah buat and then like we need something. So in the picture, but if it was planned, it should have been done in a different way. Then it would have been easier and faster and cheaper to do. But because dah buat, so a lot of things, it just costs more time. Sometimes it does happen, and sometimes it's a bit more difficult to do, because of it wasn't there, right? This has happened before, even previously when we were doing many years ago, where the production is a disaster movie, and then
Disaster movie.
it was the movie is
Oh,
disaster
okay.
movie.
Oh, okay.
Not the movie is the disaster.
Okay.
The movie is a disaster movie. There was a lot of fireballs were hitting the ground, and then the wind was coming in, and it was crazy people running and all that, right? Tapi the fans weren't strong enough, so none of the trees were moving. The leaves are just static. Tapi kita letak, we'll put our CG things, our win when the backgrounds, the trees are just still.
Aduh,
So
kantoi.
things like that, right? But then again, I mean, these are some of the challenges lah. Yeah, that happens. Couldn't be helped. On production itself, they're like, okay, the fans are not powerful enough. But if they were to wait for the fan to come, they wait for a whole day. Production say, AD says no, gotta go. Okay, so post has to deal with it. So these things, I'd say 20% of the time in every production it happens. Guarantee. It's guaranteed. So the producers put some money aside. Guaranteed. You'll have lights, you have this, strings, things will go wrong, right? And you can't help it. Contingency. Yeah.
So it sounds like it's a very tough industry, very tough work. Okay, have you ever thought of walking away from all this pening kepala? Ada tak?
No. Never. I don't know why. No. And I asked myself, I said, why am I doing this? So, I mean, not walk away from it, not to do it. No, actually, I really enjoy the work we do. Yeah, it's very difficult, but we really enjoy it. Right now, I think with whatever we do, we've been around for so long, we will evolve. We will eventually evolve and go out. We plan to do work outside of the country, to work with other studios as well and scale, and yeah, to
So
go
when you
outside.
say you want to work outside, so is there any plan for Studio Voxel to go global?
Yes.
Oh, already been
Yes,
there.
yes. No, we're not there yet. So
Oh,
yes,
okay.
that there are plans. Yes. Yeah.
Ada plan lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Okay. Then I nak tanya tadi pasal all the CGs, all the processes. I nak tanya you sendiri. Pasal you pula, okay? Tadi I tanya, you tak nak walk away kan? Cakap kan? Okay. So, how do you actually put yourself into, managing people? Okay, because you are benda ni sebenarnya bersangkut paut dengan talent juga kan? Managing talent, managing the client, and managing the expectation of the netizens and the audience as well.
Yeah. Well, we never directly are affected by netizens. Actually, that's the film.
Kalau kata
So
orang bash movie tu, lepas tu you kata, oh CG ni tak okay lah.
yeah, I suppose. I mean, if that happens, you mean? Yeah. Have we had that before?
Baguslah. Kalau macam tu tak payah fikir pasal tu.
No. Yeah.
But how do you manage talents and then yourself, your family? Benda ni macam like it sounds like a man's job, It's the industry also macam very tough kan?
Yeah, it
How
is
do you
tough.
balance your
Actually, it's very much a woman's job because
Oh.
managing people are more of a woman's job than a man's job. if anything. Yeah, no. I mean, I think it's about personality, right? It's about yeah. It's difficult. It's just keeping your cool and just trying to. It gets difficult because it's not just running that. It's also a business, right? So there's so many ups and downs and all kinds of tribulations. Just like you said, standing the test of time. And I wonder, like, okay, I mean, how long more is this going to happen? So I figured, well, right now, no, just as long as I have the ambitions and semangat, I'll do it long. But when the kids were growing, I look back, then I felt that there was an imbalance. I was doing too much work and not enough at home. Looking back, I thought, yeah, I was the career mom thing, still drive kids to school and still go to work, but yeah, I would have done a few things different, actually.
Right.
Then I would have, but it's okay.
But it's okay.
It's okay. I mean, even my own kids, like, that was before. That's okay. Don't think about it, So think about it now. Yeah.
All right. Okay. This is my last question, Saya. If there is one thing that you want to change for the industry, okay, what would it be?
Yeah, I have to think about this question very carefully. What would that be? I think, what would be really good is that there is an imbalance of the VFX industry and what's been earned and the film and the film companies. I mean, in the world, okay, it's I'm sure you have heard this is famous. The one young when Life of Pi, Life of
Yes.
Pi,
Yes.
the company when they received their Oscar, it was the day that they had to shut down.
Yes. Yes.
Can you imagine? They work so hard. They make such good work, really good work, and this has been going on. Really good work. Somehow, the work, the what they've been paid, and what the film's earning,
It's not balanced.
there's somewhere there's something wrong there that the VFX companies are are not able to earn
Sustain.
as well. You know, I mean, there are VFX companies that shut down. There are ones that do very well. I'm not saying it's all bad. The mid-range ones, I think they are good. Maybe it's management or whatever it is. But we know that when we hear budgets, millions, you know, Avatar and all that, it costs millions, and the VFX budgets are so huge. And yet, if you really read in between all the, you know, on Reddit and all these the artists, a lot of them are not doing well. The people, they're not doing well. Um, there are ones who thrive. Of course, that's good, and we aim to be that one, to be able to have to really work on quality of life and great work as well. But there is, so the change is somehow whatever that equation is, that the value of the VFX that's being delivered by these phenomenal studios and the productions, that needs to improve. Where, okay, they've got a budget, here's 40 million, here's your budget. But it sounds like a lot. But you know what? What they do is probably worth double that,
Oh.
you know? Because the work increases, but the budget doesn't. So the VFX company suffers. So somehow, I don't know, is a profit share or something or whatever it is. There's something that needs to happen somehow, that, you know, that equation somehow it needs to improve. But I'm looking from a world standpoint here,
Yeah.
kan? For us, we want to go out there and get the work, and with that in mind, keep a steady ship as possible.
Alright, okay. So, kita dah kepada penghujungnya. Come, kita ada merchandise daripada Kena Kupas that we want to give to Yasmin.
No,
Here you go. This is for
lovely.
you.
Thank you so much.
Alright,
Thank
okay.
you.
Sepatah dua kata kepada artis-artis yang baru keluar
Oh.
daripada universiti tadi, yang baru nak belajar, yang baru nak cari kerja.
You got to love it. Okay, if you don't, yeah, some people dia akan buat, dia belajar, dia buat apa yang dia nak buat, and it's hard work. It's not easy, so it's not a shortcut. And think about 3, 5, 10 years, where will you be? And then you map out those steps. 2 tahun dari sekarang, 3 tahun dari sekarang, never stay. You know, when you come out of university, kan, you don't know anything. Actually, you learn something, but you're going to apply it. So don't think you know everything. So it's learning always, forever. Dari tahun 1, tahun 2 kerja dengan satu tempat, tahun 5, and get better and better and better. Don't stay where you are. Just get better and continue learning what you do as well.
So, stay tuned. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe, share and comment, okay? And wait for our next episode, title yang lebih bagus. Bye.